Hey guys, I wanted to sit down and talk about something today that's kind of been on my mind. It's on my mind a lot lately because I see it so much, and it's about fat shaming. It's called F Your Beauty Standards, EFF Your Beauty Standards, which does stand for the other one, but they just try not to be vulgar about it. But I follow them on Instagram, and I follow some other people. I follow lots of low carbers, women that have lost weight, men too, that have lost weight through following a low carb diet like I've done. And I just want to put my 2 cents in, and that's all it's worth. I realize that is 2 cents. But if I can make somebody go, I never thought about it like that. I mean, it might help, can't hurt, and it might help. So here's my opinion. I've been on both sides of this, guys. I've been on the fat side, and I've been on the not so fat side. And I see how different, we're treated. When you're bigger, you are looked at like you're a second-class citizen, basically, which kind of blows my mind. But, as we know from my videos, a lot seems to blow my mind. But you are treated differently as a fat person in this world. An example, like I've said before, we are from Arkansas, and it was a really small town that we lived in. And when your day is in a routine, you do this and this and this and this. You kind of seem to do it around the same times every day. Well, I would end up going to the post office to check my mail at the same time this other person always went and checked their mail. And for years, I'd go, hey, how are you? He never spoke. And it got to the point where I just quit speaking because, he would even go like he'd even heard what I said. But anyway, that went on for quite a while. And then I lost a bunch of weight. We had moved from that area at that time. We'd come out here to Texas. And I happened to be back in Arkansas one weekend, and my dad said, hey, would you go check our mail? So I ran to the post office to check their mail, and just so happens this guy is in the post office that morning. As I'm coming in, he's going out, and he goes, hey, girl. I went, who is he talking to? Because I know he's not talking to me. He was talking to me. No. I'm that same fat girl that you could not even form your lips to say hi to. Don't even try to say hi to me now. Maybe that's wrong of me to feel that way, but I wasn't looking to hook up with him. I wasn't trying to start a conversation with him. I wasn't looking for anything other than a hi, how are you? But yet I was fat, and I don't know that I was fat. I'm just saying, for years when I was fat, he didn't speak. And then all of a sudden now I've lost all this weight, and I'm looking better. He decides to go, hey girl. No, just no. So I know how we get treated differently. I see it in a million different things. The doctor does it. I was having some issues. All my joints were hurting really bad. So I went to the doctor, and I said, I'm having all these joint pains. It's my wrist and my elbows and my knees and my hips. It's just killing me. And the first thing out of their mouth was, well, you need to get in here and let us talk to you about your weight. At first I was like, you're probably right. I do. And then, so anyway, the nurse comes in. I think we were going to do some blood work or something. And she asked me, what I was there for. And I said something about, all my joints were killing me. And she goes, well, you really need to get in here and let us talk to you about losing some of this weight. Well, I was pissed off. I said, I might listen to what you were saying and give it some kind of validation if my wrist didn't hurt worse than my ankles, and I don't walk on my hands. So how does my weight have anything to do with that? So, it doesn't matter if you come in there with a poked out eyeball, it's because you're fat. Anything you go into the doctor for when you're fat is because you're fat. My whole adult life, I've been overweight, and I've been extremely healthy. As a matter of fact, I had to go to a doctor in another town. We had gone to spend a summer in Maryland, and I had to go to the doctor while I was there for something. And he does like the whole workup. He gets my blood work back. He's looking over it, and he goes, He's flipping the pages, and he goes, And I said, pretty healthy for a fat girl, huh? And he goes, actually, you're very healthy for a fat girl. So just because you're overweight doesn't mean you're unhealthy. Now, does it mean you'll always be healthy? No. Just like with me, I think it will catch you, as you start to age, in the aging process, just like with everybody, your health will start to deteriorate too. And if you're overweight, it'll deteriorate probably faster. If you have watched my videos, Anyway, I'm probably getting off on a rant. I don't even need to go there. So anyway, I've been fat and I've been smaller. I'm never going to say I've been skinny, because I have been. When I took all this weight off when I was in my 30s, I did it very unhealthy and I did it really fast, but I couldn't maintain it. I just couldn't survive on that. Let me show you guys. These were my jeans. Look at that. These are, look, my neck probably won't even fit these jeans. You know, my thigh, this is bigger. I mean, my thigh is this big today. I was teeny tiny for about 5 minutes, and then I went back the other way. But anyway, that's all beside the point. What I want to say is, why do people feel like they can put their 2 cents in when people are overweight? You know, and I see a lot of, I read through the comments and stuff. Sometimes I don't, because I just don't want to see that crap. Because, you know, for some reason there's this group of people, and it's a big group of people too, that think that because somebody is overweight, those people have the right to say, you're disgusting and you're promoting obesity. How dare you? What? These women and men are saying, I happen to be a big person, and I'm not saying that you need to be a big person just like me. I'm saying I'm a big person and I like myself. That's it. They're not saying you need to be fat too. Nobody's saying that. And where this crap is coming from about, you know, oh, they're promoting obesity. Shut up. No, they're not. They're saying I can like me no matter what my size is. And that's the truth. You know, we should all help each other like yourself, you know. And they want to say, well, we're doing it for their own good. You know, it's for their health. You know, what about the skinny diabetics? I don't see you talking shit to them. What about that? My dad was a diabetic, never overweight. I mean, he may have been like 20 pounds overweight, never overweight at all. And he died from his diabetes. You know, he didn't take care of it. So, skinny people are not healthy either. And like these little bitty teeny tiny women that run around. Now, I'm not saying anything negative about them. I wish I could be a skinnier woman. Now, but on that same note, why are there women running around out here starving themselves to death? I mean, literally starving themselves to death. What? And I don't see anybody saying, you know, well, you need to quit doing that because that's not good for your health. I don't know. I don't know at what point in the game, this game of life, you know, between a little stick, you know, woman and a round woman, where it becomes okay for you to say hurtful things and hateful things because it's for her health. Skinny people can be unhealthy too. And I don't see not one person walking up to a smoker, you know, and going, fat people get that. You know, if you're shopping in the grocery store and they put cigarettes in their buggy, you don't have people going, fat people get that. It's terrible the way that bigger people get treated, and it's so unfair because you don't give 2 shits about somebody's health. You're just being hateful. That's all it is. You know, if you cared about their health, you would go about it in a less negative way. You would, if it was for somebody's health, because health is not only, you know, like your body, it's your mind too. And when you say hurtful and negative things to somebody, you're hurting them, you know, mentally and emotionally. And there is such thing as, you know, your physical health and your mental health. So if you're doing it for somebody's health, why are you doing it in a way that hurts them? I don't know. You know, I don't know why people feel like they have that right. But I think, you know, people need to stop and think that just because somebody is saying, I'm big and I'm going to love myself and I'm going to wear clothes that make me feel pretty and be proud just like you do, in no way are they saying, you know, hey, be fat like me. They're simply saying, I'm going to love me no matter what size I am. Another example of how we as a society use fat as an insult, like that's the worst thing somebody could possibly be, is fat. You know, not rude, not nasty, you know, not a liar. We have a neighbor that moved in a while back, and he's not nice. And as an insult, the man hollers over across, you know, my husband was turning around and his front tire of his truck kind of went over onto the front of their yard just a little bit. And the insult he hollers at my husband who has, I mean, with his pockets full of rocks, still probably wouldn't be overweight. He's never been overweight a day in his life. The man hollers out, "Get your fat ass out of my yard." See, I mean, my husband's not fat, so why would he say, "Get your fat ass out of my yard"? Why was that an insult? I mean, like, it wasn't, because he's not overweight. I mean, had he been overweight, it might have been offensive, but it was just funny because, that was like pretty stupid. But do you see how we use it as an insult? Like that's the worst thing somebody can be is fat. Like, no matter what's going on, what kind of heated arguments going, the insult that's going to get hurled is fat. Throw that out there. You're fat. Like, that's just something terrible to be. I don't get that. I really don't. And it's because I've been fat, and I know what it feels like. I know how it feels to be treated when you're fat. And honestly, probably some of the people that are, hurling those insults have been fat too, or maybe even fat right this minute. And so I don't understand. I know that, like, I have a friend that she's been overweight for many, many years too, and she would say things to her kids that just made me cringe, because she's overweight. How can you say those hurtful things to your kids? Because you know how they feel. Why would you say that to your kids? I don't know. It's a shame, though. I wish we could understand that people can be fat and they can be happy. They don't have to walk around beating themselves up all day, every day, because they happen to be fat and you happen to think, that it's unhealthy, and it's, they're harming themselves and they should do better. I know if you've never been fat, you're not going to understand the I don't want to say the emotions. It's obviously, being overweight it happens for, basically it happens for one reason. You overeat, period. People want to say they have health conditions. No, you have a health condition. As a result, you eat more food or whatever, but you are only overweight because you eat too much food. You're taking in more than you're burning. I've been there, I've done that, and I've never blamed, I've never said I didn't eat a lot. I eat a lot. I know I eat a lot. I eat a lot of the wrong stuff. You're taking in more than you're burning, period. But I don't know why people want to act like it is the food is the only reason that somebody may be overweight. It is an emotional issue. I don't know how, I don't want to keep stumbling over this and rattle forever, but being overweight is very seldom does anybody choose it. Very seldom ever. Nobody chooses it. I'm going to, stretch it and say I don't think anybody chooses it. There are underlying issues. There are, mental health. There's depression. There's a bunch of different reasons that people are overweight. It has really nothing to do with lack of self-control. It's other issues. Sometimes it's lack of self-control, but again, like I've said, I don't see people walking up to a skinny person who could be extremely unhealthy. So you don't know when skinny people are unhealthy because it doesn't show. I know I heard somebody say this one time, and I agree with it 100%. She said, I wish my vice was, I wish I smoked. She said, because I could smoke in the closet, but I have to be fat in public. And that's the truth. We wear our issues. You see them. You get to see our mental health. We wear it literally, on our bodies. And I really hate that, because some people are guided and think that it is their business to say something to somebody that's overweight for their health. When you're not considering their mental health whatsoever, saying hurtful things that I promise will make them go home and eat 3 more Snicker bars because their feelings are hurt and they were already feeling terrible about themselves, and then you said something about it and it just it made it worse. I've been there. I know what it's like. You feed those emotions with food because that's all that's there. People just don't want to deal with it, and a lot of people they can't afford to deal with it. We as a society don't treat mental health. We don't make that a priority, and I really think we should. I think if we made mental health as important as we do any other kind of health, we would start to see the overweight numbers start to drop, because it is definitely a mental health issue as well as a physical health issue. So that's my 2 cents on that, guys. I wish you would stop and think before you say hurtful things to overweight people. They are in no way promoting obesity, at none whatsoever. I promise. They struggle with it every single day. They beat themselves up every single minute of every single day. And for anybody to think that we don't know we're fat, that's kind of crazy, because trust me, we dress this body each and every day. We know what it looks like. We don't need you to tell us. Anyway, that's my 2 cents, guys. Let's consider the fact that this is more than a physical issue. This is a mental issue as well. And you saying hurtful and ugly things just makes it that much worse. So hold your tongue and don't say it, because it doesn't need to be said. People know when they're overweight that it's an issue. It doesn't need to be said. If you need to, blurt something out, go home, blurt it out in the mirror or whatever. I don't care. But you need to stop saying it, to people. And I too bet that you don't do this in public. You would never say those things in public, but for some reason you think that because you're anonymous, or you're on the social media, that somehow it's less hurtful if something is said there instead of in person. That's crap. No, it hurts people's feelings terribly, and I just think we need to stop and consider that it's more than just somebody overeating, somebody, being lazy. It's not about that. It's really not. So anyway, guys, that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. I can only imagine what the comments are going to say on this video. Anyway, yep, I put my 2 cents out there. So if you want to put yours out there, bring it on. Let me see. I'll talk to you later, guys.